this ongoing post-conviction saga of Carmelo Anthony that I've been covering. I said that I will cover everything. His spokesperson, Carmelo Anthony's spokesperson, that I don't agree with. I don't think that this guy should be speaking for the family or speaking for Carmelo Anthony. He said, in fact, Carmelo Anthony did not get jumped. That's what he said. And this is coming from the Carmelo Anthony camp. They said he did not get jumped. Okay? He did not get jumped. I don't know if he had a Freudian slip of the tongue, but he said that Carmelo did not get jumped. I repeat, he said Carmelo did not get jumped. I repeat, he said Carmelo did not get jumped. That's a problem because I had said before if Carmelo got jumped, that will justify him taking deadly action. Because if multiple people are jumping him, he can argue the fact that maybe they would hit me the wrong way or something will happen to me or throw me down the bleachers. That will justify him taking deadly action. But in fact, his representative said that he did not get jumped. So, guys, that's a problem. And I got some information about Texas, some technical information that you might know, that you might want to know. We'll talk about that in a second. But this kid did not get jumped, according to his representative. And I told you guys before, I don't agree with his representative. I have a theory on it now, guys. I do. I have a theory. Carmelo Anthony got backdoored. He got backdoored. Someone sent that representative. This is no. Let me just say this. He may have gotten backdoored. And my theory is someone sent that representative to the family to backdoor them. There is no way possible that a representative representing Carmelo Anthony should say that he did not get jumped, because that's something that people can hold on to for the rest of the duration, as long as he stay in prison. They say, oh well, he got jumped and stuff like that. He said he did not get jumped. And remember, the representative have a checkered past. So how do we know that the powers that be didn't send this person to the family to backdoor them? Because remember, when something happens to you and you look at history with the Black Panthers and other organizations, it's always somebody that look like them that infiltrate the organization to backdoor them and take the organization down. So how do we know this guy with a checkered past, the powers that be didn't send him purposely to the family and Charleston White and these people to backdoor them? Because remember, Charleston White is telling us stuff we didn't even know. Why is he, if Charleston White really want to do this kid some justice and help this kid, why would he be telling their personal business right now, despite that he's not even messing with them anymore? If he still got love for that kid, he wouldn't tell all of this business. You ever thought about that? This family was backdoored. They were backdoored, man, to ensure that he would never come home. Okay? Forget the appeals. This was set up so cold that he don't have a fighting chance here. A lot of people saying they saw something on the video and stuff like that. They saw what they wanted to see, because I heard that the video was so far away that your eyes could trick you. You could see certain things. But in fact, the representative said Carmelo did not get jumped. So if the representative that's close to the family, he's speaking for Carmelo himself. If Carmelo said he didn't get jumped, why are you guys saying it? Think about it. If the representative, so what you're gonna say now, the representative is lying? He's speaking for Carmelo. Carmelo said he didn't get jumped. In fact, in the original police report, Carmelo said, I told him not to touch me. So that backs up the fact what Carmelo said in the police report. He said, I told him not to touch me. He didn't say I told them not to touch me. He said, I told him not to touch me. Okay. And the representative again said that Carmelo did not get jumped. So this kid here, either he got backdoored or he didn't get jumped. So if he didn't get jumped, and let me just say this for people are saying that, and we're going to have to agree to disagree on this. Some people are saying that some people testify to this fact that it was a football move that this kid put on Carmelo. Okay, whether it was a football move or not, the actions that Carmelo took was not justified. Now, some people would say if the kid lifted him up, he has a reasonable thought that his life is on the line. The answer is no. Guys, I have gotten in tuffle, maybe because maybe I'm a bigger person. You said now he didn't. No, his representative said he didn't get jumped. The representative that's speaking for the family. So he's speaking for the family. He said no, Carmelo didn't get jumped. This was a one-on-one situation. Because Carmelo even said it. He said that that told the guy not to touch me. And then he went on to say, is the guy going to be okay? Because the police officer said, well, he might pass away. And he said, and then he said Carmelo started crying. He went to his knees and started crying. Yeah, there's too many conflicting stories. It's done on purpose. The reason why there's so many conflicting stories, that's to confuse the listener. No, there's no conflicting stories here. Let's go back. Let's stay focused, right? Let's stay focused. Let's go to the police report. Carmelo said, I told him not to touch me. What does told him not to touch me mean? That means I told that guy not to touch me, not them. So it was only one person that touched him. Okay. And then the cop said, well, he might pass away here. Right. Conflicting stories because people make shit up. Right. But we ain't making shit up over here. We going by the police report. So Carmelo said, I told him not to touch me. But the cop said, well, he might die. There's a chance he might die. And Carmelo dropped to his knees and started crying. He said, no, he's not going to die, like that. But he said, I was defending myself. Then he said, I was defending myself. That doesn't count, Carmelo. You're supposed to defend yourself with your damn hands. Well, he actually did defend himself with his hands, but he had something in his hand. Okay? You're not supposed to have no knife in your hand now and stab somebody in the chest because a person put a football move on you. And look, there's a video came out of Carmelo. Um, he's not a quiet guy. He's not. He's not quiet. You know how people say that he was quiet and this and that? No, he was not. He had a mouth on him. Okay? He constantly ran his mouth. Okay? But he was a fun, jovial person, but he was not quiet and he was not shy. Okay? He was not quiet and he was not shy. Now, all this is coming out now because remember, they scrubbed a lot of his content off the internet when this case happened. So we don't know what he was like before that. Now some of the videos are starting to surface. He was a happy-go-lucky kid. He was outgoing. Now, um, but he was small in stature. He was like he wasn't like no linebacker size. He definitely was not that. And he did strike me as like some of these kids are. Some of these kids are punks. They're not trying to fight. They punks. He could have been that. He could have been a punk too because he was small. You know, he took the punk way out. But the fact of the matter is, his spokesperson, the guy that's speaking for him that I don't agree with, he said that Carmelo was not jumped. Okay, why would a spokesperson? Why don't he shut up, yo? Why did he say that? Because at least he can, y'all could carry on that narrative. But no, he don't want y'all to carry on the narrative. No, he was not jumped, but he still is justified in stabbing a person because the person touched him, because the person pushed him. Okay, no, he is not justified to stab that guy in the chest for being pushed. Okay, I'm like the person with the San Antonio Spurs jersey on in New York City when all those people were getting at him. He was hitting every last one of them, and them punches were landing. That's how you're supposed to fight. You said we can't normalize kids unaliving each other over typical teenage behavior, and black boys typically are not afraid of white boys. Thank you for the donation. And let me add to that. Thank you for the donation. Let me add to that. Some people can't see past that. Cashmere, black. Some people can't see past that because they don't want to see past that. They want to make it a race. It wasn't about race because Carmelo had all types of friends. Because of the video I saw with him joking around and doing different things, he had all types of friends. He was hanging around. Everybody was hanging around everybody, and even some of the people in the tent were black. Did y'all know that? Some of the people inside the tent was black. This wasn't about race, man, but they trying to make it about race. This is I told y'all this wasn't the case to get all upset about. It wasn't. I said this in the beginning. This wasn't the case to get upset about here. This was not the case to get upset about. Sorry. This wasn't the case. This was not the case to get upset about. Okay? It was not the case to get upset about. Now, you could get upset about that 14-year-old that got shot in the back. You can get upset about that one. Not this one. This is just two teenagers that had hot heads because Carmelo had a mouth on him. Don't sit up here and say he was docile because he wasn't. Because I just saw a video of him running his mouth, but he was happy go lucky. He wasn't doing nothing bad. But I thought he was some shy, timid kid and all that. No, he wasn't. No, he was not. But here's the thing though. The guy that testified saying that you guys said that was his friend, he switched on him. People switch on us all the time, don't they? One minute with their friends, and next minute they don't know us. So that's nothing. But the video was so far away. Some people looking at the video, they wanted to see what they wanted to see. He did not get jumped. Okay. Now they're trying to make it like the video may have been edited. Whatever the case. Carmelo representative said he did not get jumped. He's speaking for Carmelo. He's not speaking for y'all. He's hired to speak for the family. He said the boy didn't get jumped now. So we can leave past the getting jumped. No, now we don't have to talk about that no more. So now we established the fact that he didn't get jumped. Even when you read the police report, he said, I told him not to touch me. He didn't get jumped. It was just one on one. So what he decided to do, because he was a punk, okay, he decided to take out a knife and stab the kid because he didn't want to fight with them hands. That's why. Okay, this is easy. The representative said he didn't get jumped, so we can move on. Okay, the representative that's speaking for Carmelo. Even Carmelo said he didn't get jumped from the police report. He said, I told him not to touch me. He didn't say I told them not to jump me. He didn't say that in the police report. So we can move past all that, baby. We can move past all that. He just didn't want to use the motherfucking hands. Okay. So now you believe the representative is lying. So now you're trying to say that the representative backdoored him. That could be a theory. He could have got backdoored. Okay. But if he got backdoored, he ain't never getting out. He ain't never getting out, baby. He ain't never getting out. Okay. We could just move on. But he said he didn't get jumped. And Carmelo didn't say it in the police report that he got jumped. He didn't have no marks on him. Now people trying to sit up here and make up shit, talk about um, they photoshopped the image. Shut up. He did not. They not Photoshop the image. Everything is not a conspiracy. Some people out here just punk made. Back in the day, we used to call it bitch made. Some people just punk made. Yo, they don't want to fight with their hands. How about that? And he wanted to be a cool type person. He wanted to be a cool type person. He was corny though. Actually, he was kind of a little corny because I saw the video of him chilling and all that, making all this fucking noise, just like being the loudest one out there. That's how he was. And then he met somebody want to shoot them hands with him. Okay, you sitting up here talking. Let's shoot them hands. Let's shoot them hands and stop playing now. Let's shoot them hands. No, he should have shot with the hands instead of using a knife, and he wouldn't be in this situation. He might have got lumped up. I don't know. He could have. Maybe he don't know. Sometimes you don't know what you got until you use it. Maybe if he had started fighting, because he's fast. He's a fast kind of dude. He could have used that jab. He could have been fast. And he could have got his licks off. Now here's the thing: when you fight people like that other kid, they like to grab you. That's one thing that them boys like to do. Them boys, I ain't gonna say what you know what I'm saying, but them boys like to wrestle you. So what you gotta do is you gotta use that jab because they like to wrestle you and get you to the ground and then they start trying to choke you out. They don't fight fair. Them type of boys, they don't fight fair. Even though they fight with their hands, they don't fight fair. They like to try to use their weight against you and they like to try to choke you out. So what you gotta do is remember this, tell your kids this, use that jab. If you dominant, here's the thing: if you don't know how to fight, but you know how to throw a good jab, this is a trick. If you because let's say if you right-handed, obviously you throwing a jab with your left, so you can set up with the right. But if you can't do that, you jab with your right, jab with your right, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to keep that person at bay. You keep backing up and jabbing with your right. So that because he's trying to, but what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to just take. They're gonna what that dude, what Austin would have did was he would have ate that jab and still tried to grab you. So in that situation, okay, you can't let him choke you. You got to move around. You got to let. See, I can't explain it when people don't know how to fight. I can't explain it. If the kid don't know how to fight, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he would have got lumped up. He would have got beat up. I don't know. Maybe he would have. Because Austin looked like he could fight a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He looked like I don't know why his shoulders are broad. He looked like he could fight a little bit. He ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that the other one is a punk either. I could just read punk on him. I'm sorry, just the way his hair looked at the time, I could read punk on him, yo. I could read it. I could read it. I could read punk on him. But I don't know. I could be wrong. All he had to do was fight. But the fact that he used that knife, I could read punk on him. That's just the way the case is, man. He a punk. You said I was jumped. You said I was jumped. I know how it feels. Yeah, but you still sitting here talking to me. So obviously I was jumped too. I was jumped by people I knew. And they didn't know they were jumping me. And they were dragging me too. That's the crazy part. I got dragged and I had a polo rugby on. I had just bought it. Okay. I had some all white Air Force Ones on. You know what I'm saying? My Jabot jeans. And I'm sitting here getting dragged and it was muddy. How you think I felt? And it was muddy. And I knew them. And then they looked down because it was dark. They was like, bro, stop, stop, stop. They said, stop. That's Max. And they picked me up and tried to dust me off, knowing that it was mud. Guys, and then they gonna sit here and try to take me to White Castle to apologize, knowing that White Castle give me the bubble guts. I said, guys, just take me home, yo. Just take me home. And I had tears in my eyes. Just take me home, man. You know how they said, bro, I'm sorry, man. You know how people try to hug you? Man, I'm sorry. I said, just take me home, man. Get off me. Just take me home, man. And I had tears in my yeah. So just take me home, man. Just take me home. They said, bro, man, I'm my bad, yo. Just take me home, man. Just take me home, man. So you live to fight another day, but he didn't want to do that. He took out the knife, and he in order to have the knife set up, he flicked it with his he had to flick it with his thumb. So he was set and ready to go. He was set and ready to go. Okay. Now he now and that's why he's where he is. He made a bad decision. Even his representatives say he didn't get jumped. So people keep saying they saw this video. The guy from the news said he saw the video too, originally, and he said he couldn't make out what was going on. But some people could make it out and say, oh yeah, he was getting jumped. Come on, man. Making stuff up, man. Yeah, he knew it was a fatal wound. He knew it. But I was defending myself. I did it, but it was self-defense. It was self-defense. He knew what he did was wrong. He's a 3.7 GPA. He know what he did was wrong. You said no, cuz I'm never let me see. You said that's something different to plunge inside the chest. No Bennett. If you do hunting, you feel that when and I couldn't have done that. I couldn't have done that. I would just have to take an ass whooping. Like I'm not stabbing nobody in the chest, dog. You said I just think, yeah, the ego is a bad thing, bro. Everybody got egos though. Everybody. Boys. Yeah, they setting other teenage boys up for disaster. So yeah, think it's okay to go out there and get the cutting. I mean poking and see you're gonna be sitting up there with Mello, especially in Texas. You're gonna be sitting right up there with them. But what's the end result? The end result is you lose your liberties for how many years? And that's the end result. He run the risk of parents dying before he get out. Because anything can happen in 17 and a half to 20 years before he's eligible for parole or whenever he makes parole. Anything can happen. Parents could be dead. Anything can happen. He's gonna miss birthdays. He's never gonna get that time back. Time is precious, not money. It's time. You know, his girlfriend eventually is gonna move on. That pretty girlfriend he had, she's eventually gonna move on if she haven't moved on already. He's gonna eventually get that letter. She's gonna be like, I moved on. He's gonna get all of that. He's gonna have to go through all of that. It's not worth it. He's gonna miss all of his 20s. He's gonna miss all of his 20s and 30s, possibly. All because of he felt punked. Because the guy probably did punk him out. And then he punked him out in front of everybody. But look, and I thought, you know what they had me thinking at first? It was just all white people under the tent. You know what I'm saying? It was a racial thing. All white people, get out of here, N-word. Get out of here. That's what I thought at first. That's okay. He got a right to be upset. No wonder he did that. He crashed out, right? No, it was brothers under the tent too, telling him to leave. Okay, man, get out of here, man. You saying we garbage and all that? Get out of here. Okay, because he was a loud type of person. Carmelo was. Yes, he was. There's a video of him playing flag football or whatever he was doing. Woo, woo, yeah, woo, just being corny. You know what I'm saying? Just being corny, man. Remember, the loudest person in the room is the punk, and his ass was loud. Okay? It's the person's making the most noise is the one that's punk. I thought still waters run deep. No, 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 no. I had to take that back. He wasn't quiet. He wasn't. Because now the video's coming out. No, he was not quiet. It's the one that's the most boisterous, is the one that's hiding something. That's the one that self-esteem issues, the one that like the loudest one and high-fiving people and talking all that's the punk. It's the quiet one's the one that you got to worry about. He wasn't quiet. Now, he may have had self-esteem issues too, but the fact of the matter is his ass was a punk. And I'm going to keep saying it. I know people mad at me when I say it. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. You mean to tell me, damn, I could have went to the next parade because I got a press pass. They got a spot for the press. Man, I didn't know that. I could have went. I could have showed my press pass and went right to the municipal building. Damn, somebody just told me that. Anyway, I didn't want to be in that crowd anyway. Because I don't want to be in large crowds. I just don't, because I think something about to happen. Like, that's how I feel. But let me get back to this. So, and yeah, so we got to teach the kids not to be punks. That's why people like they don't like my commentary on it because I'm real rugged and raw with it. I have to be because you got to teach the kids they can't be punks, man. It's too many punk activity going on out here because people dying left and right, just like the people that killed Julio Fulio. That was just some punk action on both sides. This is foolish activity on both sides. And check this out. You remember when the dude got sentenced? Now he's sitting up there looking like a all-American boy now. I thought you was a thug. Now he's sitting up there with his shirt on. Yeah, we just gonna appeal this case. You got to talk to my representative. What rep? No, his manager. You talked about a manager, dude. Do you realize it hasn't set in with him yet? The dude that the light skinned dude that killed Julio Fulio, right? He said, "Yeah, well, we're gonna be in touch with my manager. Speak to my manager. Listen, you about to do some sweat equity. You about to be a slave for the rest of your life. You about to be a slave. It didn't set in with him yet. He think he got action. No, sir. No, sir. You're gonna practice sweat equity for the rest of your life. Okay, you're gonna be on that chain gang. See, it didn't set in with him yet. See, these kids, they like to be out here and reenact their favorite rappers' lines and all this. That's where it's coming from. This stupid ass rap. Rap is it's just crazy. If he was scared, why go under the tent to engage? Because he wasn't scared. Thank you for the dono, Cashmere. No, because he wasn't scared. He felt punked though. He did. He felt punked. And I guess he felt like, damn, I can't beat this kid. So I got that thing on me though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come over here if you want to. And Austin didn't believe he had nothing. They said, and you know what they were saying under the tent, I heard? Man, he ain't got shit. That's what they was, yo, they straight punked him, yo. They straight punked him. Man, you ain't got shit in that bag, man. Get the hell out of here. Because everybody was talking shit to him, even the black guys. So this wasn't racial. It wasn't racial, man. Okay? Because the black guys on the tent, oh man, you ain't got shit on you, man. Get out of here, bro. Oh, punk ass. Oh, bitch made. They probably said something like that, man. Get your bitch made ass out of here. You know what I'm saying? And then also, like, he was gonna get him up out of there. But see, the problem is these kids are good kids. You know why? Because they don't understand street activity. They don't understand it. If somebody, the universal language, this is some stuff. If somebody put their hand in their bag and say, "Come closer," That's the universal call sign to back up because he might have that gun on him. See, because when he reached in his bag, they probably thought he was talking gun. They said, nah, he ain't got no gun on him. They probably thought that he was talking a gun. This dude ain't got no gun on him. No, but he had that lock on him. He had that on him. You know what I'm saying? But see, they don't know that. See, I'm thinking either he had a gun or he had something of value in that bag that will back my ass up. That's the mistake they made. See, there was mistakes made. We keep talking. I'm talking about Karmelo, right? But let's talk about let's reverse it for a minute. Let's talk about the mistake that Austin made that ultimately cost him his life, and the mistakes his friends made by sitting up there running their mouth as well because they were all running their mouth. They, look, he possibly he did get jumped, but he didn't get jumped physically. He got jumped mentally because they were sitting up there talking crap to him. So what happened was it escalated, and then he said, "Yeah." He put his hand in his back. "Yeah, come over here and touch me if you want to, and see what happened." Everybody like, man, what? Because it looked like he's reaching for a gun when he do that. So when he reached in his bag, he flipped that knife in his bag. They couldn't see him flip the knife, but he flipped the knife when it was in his bag. Yeah, come closer and see what happened. So now they thinking he gripped up, like he acting like he gripped up. They be like, bro, he ain't got nothing on him, man. Oh, bitch, man, he ain't got nothing on him. That was the mistake they made because he did have something on him. Okay, because he looked like he a punk. He looked, man, he ain't got nothing. See, you can't underestimate people. He had a $150 on him. That's right. He had that $150. They don't know what a $150 is. Go in that town in Texas. Go ask somebody. They probably learning what it is now. They learning what a $150 is now. But if you ask them back then, yo, he got that $150 on him. They like, what's a $150? What's a $150? He ain't got no buck. A $150 is when they slice you, you got to get 50 stitches. That's what a $150 is. Okay, but they don't know what a $150 is. Okay, them kids that they from the suburb, they don't know what no $150 is, man. So when he gripped up, they thinking, oh man, he ain't got no gun on him, this and that, and he gonna rush him anyway. And that's when he got the knife in his chest. That's what happened, guys. We got to the bottom of. We just solved it. We just solved the case, and he's guilty. We solved it. No, but these guys don't know what a $150 is, Jones. See, Jones, we just solved it. So what happened was Carmelo Anthony's representative Jones, he said he didn't get jumped. Hold on a second. Hey, Shannon, thank you for the donation. You said parenting, my opinion, they feel like their kids do no wrong. Well, let me keep. You said they let them do what they want, no discipline or letting them fail. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, you're right. But check this out. Hold on. Let me heart this thing. It won't let me. Oh, there we go. But check this out. This is what happened. Let me go back. Rewind. So the representative Jones, because you just came in, said that Carmelo didn't get jumped. Okay, so he's backing up what Carmelo said because in the police report, Carmelo said I told him not to touch me. One person. He didn't say I told them not to touch me or they jumping me. And then the police said to him, well, damn, but he might die though. And then Carmelo got to his knees and started crying. Oh my God, he's not gonna die. Start crying. Because he know he messed up. He wasn't crying the fact that because that he crying the fact that he messed up and he know he messed up. That's why. So what happened was they sitting up there popping it with each other, right? Talking trash. And they punked Carmelo. Man, get your punk ass out of this tent, man. Get out of here. And it was black people in the tent too, Jones. It was a mixed group of people, black people, white people, everybody. And everybody laughing at him, probably like punking him because Austin was really getting it to him, right? Verbally. And it was like, man, get up out of here. Like, and then he gripped up. He put his hand in his bag. He gripped up. He said, "Come over here closer if you want to, and see what happened." But when he went in his bag, he flipped the blade up. He flipped it. He said, "Come close and see what happened." And see, but Austin didn't see the blade because he had his hand in his bag. and they probably thought he was faking like he had a gun. Okay, but he was not faking. He had something. So the mistake that they made was they underestimated him. You know what I'm saying? You don't underestimate somebody that reach in their bag. You back up. That's a universal call sign to back up. But they didn't do that because they from the suburbs. They don't know no fucking better. Okay? But he really did have something. He didn't bluff that day. He really did have something on him. He had that buck 50 on him. He really did have something. And they was like, oh my, and they found out the hard way. That's what happened. It's mistakes on both ends. You said the term bully is overused like a narcissist. Right. Well, thank you, Shannon, again. But he may have been a bully, right? Hold on. Oops, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Why does it not let me heart the thing? Hold on. Oh boy, let's see what's wrong with this thing. But that's what happened. He should have backed up. Thank you, Shannon. He should have backed up. Because if I was off, I'm like, oh, he reaching in his bag, yo, God, and look, they be like, man, he ain't got nothing in his bag. Now, shit, yeah, all right, I would have backed up. Now, see, Austin felt punk because like he's like, yeah, come closer, MFer. He probably said, come closer, MF, and see what happened to you. He didn't say, hey, you come closer and see what happened. No, he didn't say that. He really gave it to him. Come closer, MFer, bitch, MFer. You bitch, MF. Come on close and see. You know, we all know the talk, the vernacular. You know, when you talking crap, everybody plays sports. You know, you talk crap to each other, whatever. But come close, see what happened. He said, "Oh yeah." So Austin felt punk. So he did a foot. That makes sense that he did a football move on him because he rushed him. And when he rushed him, Carl, boop, that was it. And when he did it, Austin nerves froze and he froze in place. He froze in place. When he did it, his body clammed up. He froze in place. And then that's why he didn't realize he got stabbed because he was getting weak. So then he only had a minute to live at that point because the blood. They said it made sense that it wasn't a lot of blood around because he was bleeding internally at that point because the knife pierced his ventricle in his heart. So he was done at that point. Like he was getting ready to be paralyzed. So then they said he backed up. And he lifted up his shirt and he saw the blood. And he told them, like, I don't know this kid, but he went that way. So that's why they all went running for him. And then they said that's when you saw him running away to the field towards the teachers or whoever. They couldn't even catch him. He was so fast. He bounced. You know what I'm saying? It happened just like that. But when he did it, his body, his nerves, he froze. That's why he couldn't go after him anymore. It's almost like he did grab him, but he ungrabbed him. Because that's what happened, guys. Shit, I remote viewed it. I remote view. I didn't think I could remote view, yo. I remote viewed it with common sense. I remote viewed this with common sense, yo. I closed my eyes and I remote viewed it. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? He guilty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. He took the wrong way out. Like for example, let me give you a situation. Like Jones in here right now, Dr. Love Jones. He about 6'4". He's a big dude. I know him. You know what I'm saying? He's like one of them 6'5" type of dudes, right? If he grabbed me up, I'm like 6'1". He got the advantage because he got weight on him too. I got weight on me too, but me and him probably would have just locked up. I'm not gonna sit here and stab him with no knife. Only thing I might to say, well, I'm gonna have to guard my grill because I'm about to get lumped up. So I gotta guard my grill. You know what I'm saying? At my age, I can't take too many hits. You know what I'm saying? So only thing I could do is just like get out the way. I'm not gonna be thinking of stabbing nobody, but some people think like that. This is not out of the ordinary, guys. That this happened. It's not out of the ordinary. You remember in New York, a situation transpired where teenagers was getting at each other, and a dude pulled out a gun, and the gun just went off and shot the dudes. Things happen when people got weapons. Things happen. So that's pretty much what happened, man. You said it could be a 6'8" dude. I'm not using I know it could be. I remember one time Jones, you know how you know how Bourne like to play around. We was on the basketball court after he don't dunked on me, and he sit up there and grabbed me up. I said, "Man, Bourne, get off of me, yo!" I couldn't get him off me. He got like he got retard strength. I'm like, bro, I like, all right, man. Like, only thing I could do is just like grab his wrist. That's the only thing I could do, and he just backing me up even more. Almost off my I'm on tippy toes on my feet at this point. I'm like, damn, this dude got retard strength. But we were just joking around. But yeah, Bourne is like he like Ving Rhames, but like 6'8". He used to bodyguard, so that's why. He's like Big Gene size. But but he's smaller than Big Gene, but he's like Big Gene size. You said nobody grabs sticks no more. I know. They not grabbing sticks no more. So that's just the way it is now. People don't. Some people are punks. They grab gun. If Carmelo had a gun that day, he would have shot him. I'm just telling y'all this. If he had a gun, whatever weapon of choice he had, he would have used it. So if he had a gun on him, he would have shot Austin. Okay, so any way you look at it, Austin was about to get up out of here. It's just a matter of choice, whatever he had, what weapon he had that day. So he just happened to have a knife, he used that. If he had a 22 on him, Austin would have got shot. Because that kid ain't fighting. He's not a fighter. He's not going to fight. And I just saw a video of him running his mouth like he was the loudest person on the field, just being loud. Happy go lucky though, but just being loud. That means the loudest person's a punk. Everybody know that's universal. There's the person that sell the most wolf tickets. That's the punk. You said born. You said born huge like my cousin. Coconut. That coconut sound huge. Somebody named Coconut. Yeah, Born is even bigger in person. He's huge, yo. He's huge, and the thing is, you don't let him grab. Born's slow though. He's slow, but don't let him grab you. Don't let he got to me. But back then when we were younger, he wasn't slow, but he grabbed me. He said, "Come here, man. Come here." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like off my tippy toes. Like this some craziness. One time, let me give you a story about Born. And if you ever talk to him when he go live, just to bring up the story to him. We was in Montclair, New Jersey. My girlfriend at the time, her friend had a party. They had a graduation party. And to this day, that's why I don't like I don't I ain't even gonna bring it up, but let me just say this. So in Montclair, her friend had a graduation party. So I'm just chilling. They didn't do nothing to me. I'm just chilling. My boy that was there that was DJing, he was playing cassette tapes at the time. And he said he was gonna really start DJing once everybody start dancing. So they started taking offense that damn, he all he doing is playing cassette tapes. He's not even DJing. They started talking shit about him. So he got mad. He got mad about it. He called the whole party out. He said, "Man, all y'all punks," right? I was like, "Damn." And they said, "Yo, your boy tripping." That's what they said to me. They was like, "Yo, your boy over there tripping, yo. Like, go talk to your boy, right?" So I went over there. I said, "Yeah, man. They say you playing cassette tapes. They want you to DJ because back then, you DJ with the records." So then he got even more upset. Like he was just ready to fight. So then they were ready to fight him, and I'm not going to let him get jumped, right? So they was forming. I was like, "Damn, I guess I'm gonna get jumped too by default because I'm not trying to let him get jumped in here." So then next thing you know, Bourne shows up. When Bourne showed up, I swear to God, he looking like a broke ass what's the damn that singer name? Montel Jordan. He looked like a broke ass Montel Jordan, right? He had on a leather vest, no t-shirt or nothing underneath, just his hairy ass chest. Okay. I'm like, what the fuck did he got on, yo? I said, Born, you think you're a pretty boy or something? That's what I said to him. Like, what the fuck is this? I said, he's showing his muscles and stuff. I was like, what the hell? What's going on? So I'm sitting there clowning him. We dap each other. He said, man, shut up, man. He said, man, shut up, man. Like, y'all need me up here for protection. So as soon as he came in there, everybody was like, oh shit. Like, what the fuck is this, right? So everybody backed off at that point. You know what I'm saying? They backed off when they saw how big he was. So they thought that we called reinforcements. So then my girl at the time, she's like, yo, damn, he big as hell, right? So then everybody just backed off and then went back to partying. And then his uncle, my boy uncle, started DJing. Rest in peace to Tim, because he could DJ. And everybody was happy at that point. So yeah, Bourne saved the day because I was gonna get jumped by default because he sat there and called the whole party out because they was like, yo, why is he not DJing? We paid him to DJ. No, Kira, he like, damn, Kira, you paid him to DJ. He ain't even DJing. Like he taking your money and all that. And he heard it. And they told me, like, yeah, I'm your boy, not DJ. So what happened was I'm just over and off to the side, my girl chilling. They weren't even after me. So he just called the whole party. He said, man, fuck all of y'all. Fuck all of y'all, right? So they was, oh yeah, it's F us, like F you. Like they started forming on him. Like I said, I was like, yo, Al, man, chill, yo. Because I went over there. I said, yeah, I can't let him get jumped, right? Because then I'm gonna look like a fool. So I was like, yo, Al, chill. So then Bourne, like I said, Bourne showed up looking like a broke ass Montel Jordan. He had a leather vest on, no shirt. I said, I couldn't believe this. But they backed off when they saw him. Like, that was crazy. So you see how this could have turned into a Carmelo situation, but they would have for sure held jump Al. They would have, and I would have got jumped trying to get them off of him. So that would have been crazy. But it didn't. It ended with the party was real good after that point. Other sudden passion. Nah, sudden passion is when you walk in on your wife with another man and you shoot both of them. That's sudden passion. You still gonna have to do time though, but that's sudden passion. If you walk in on somebody violating your child, that's sudden passion. You probably won't go to jail for that. You might get a little time if you, especially if you kill a person, but you shouldn't go to jail for that one. Sudden passion. You on the train and somebody start attacking your wife, and then you subdue that person or something. Actually, that's not sudden passion. That's just self defense. You said Carmelo didn't stab. You said he didn't stab him. So wait a minute. What did you say? He didn't stab Austin. So who stabbed him? Oh, you're gonna go where he fell on the knife. Okay. What that old lady said. That's what you gonna go with. He fell on the knife. She just came out of the rafters and said that. I know. You said Hunter. Bro, stop it. Cause he already said to the cop, I told him not to touch me, but he ain't gonna die, is he? He ain't gonna die. He did it. Yeah, Hunter was in close proximity, but he didn't stab his brother, bro. Y'all now y'all coming out the rafters with it, making shit up. You guys are coming out the God would do. You know what? Y'all need to chill. You know why? God is displeased with you guys right now. God is very displeased, so stop. You said he was under duress when he made that statement? He's no, no. Mm-mm. He said, which statement? Who you talking about? Also, court isn't held at a track meet. And who are you anyway? Who are you supposed to be? Are you a family member? Like, who are you? What you mean that's for lawyers to decide? His representative said that he didn't get jumped. Okay? His representative said he didn't get jumped. Yeah, they trying to say he can't enable his brother, man. Come on, Joe. This is getting interesting. You said I did it. That's a statement that made under duress. No, he said it's not alleged. I did it. It's not allegedly. He had poor legal counsel. That's the third mistake. Like my question is, who are you though? MC something. Who are you? Are you like part of the family? Like who are you? Like who are you right now? To know all this, who are you? Yeah, who are you? Are you his parent? This might be somebody with a burner account. Who is this? Don't try to come up here with a burner account. Let me know who you are. Maybe we get an interview. Who are you? See, he's saying good question. That might be his dad, y'all. That might be his dad up in here right now. You know what I'm saying? The spirit is telling me it's somebody. See? Don't worry about me. See? Don't worry. Shit, I ain't the one. I'm not worried about you. And you ain't the one to worry about me. I am an observer. Okay then, but the problem is what you getting at me for? Listen, he the one said he stabbed him. Okay? I did it. Talking about he said that under duress. Get the F out of here. You said you sound nervous. What you mean I sound nervous? Man, shut up, man. You sitting up here trolling. Shut up. All right? Just shut up. If you're gonna sit up there and hide behind the account and we don't know who you are, then just be quiet. Hold on, let me get you out of here. Because now you sitting up here signifying. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you in timeout. I'm gonna put you in timeout for 5 minutes until you get your mind right. You say you nervous Carmelo is coming. Get the fuck out of here, man. I put him in timeout, guys. It's a kid talking. That's a kid. I put him in timeout for 5 minutes. So you in timeout for 300 seconds until you get your mind right. So just sit in the back with your dunce hat on. All right. Then stop talking with grown folks talking in here. This is a grown folks chat. Go on back to sleep. You up too early. Now, I know it's bothering people how I say it. I'm sorry. Y'all sat there and cat for Carmelo too. A lot of people did. Y'all sat up there and had his back knowing this motherfucker guilty, man. It was hilarious. It's hilarious, bro. It ain't nothing to analyze. He sat there and it was mistakes made on both sides. Like he shouldn't have rushed him, knowing that he had something in his bag. But he misjudged the situation. He didn't think Carmelo had anything. He didn't think Carmelo had anything in his bag, and he did. That was the mistake. Yeah, that's a little kid talking. It's probably somebody in his family. It could be somebody in his family or whatever that's getting mad like that because that person got real upset. What I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? It's not my fault he took the punk way out. See, when I talk like that, that mess people up because it's the truth. I'm not sugarcoating this because we don't need to make no more of these. It's too many people dying for no reason out here. It's been like that for many, many years. It's been like that even when I was little. You know, it's unnecessary killing. When is it gonna stop? But this wasn't no race. They tried to make it about race. No, it's not about race. There was black kids under the tent, all types of kids. And there was people under the tent that didn't even go to the school. Did you know that? There was also people they didn't know that was under the tent. He was the one sitting up there talking shit. That's why they told him to bounce. He messed up and he gonna pay for it. That's right. And the thing is, this is something nobody wanna hear. He might not make it out alive. Look how small he is. He might not make it out alive, yo. It's easy for somebody to go run up on him now, like, yo, man, you gonna pay me for some protection. I know y'all got access to some money, so you better put something in my commissary and run up on it. What he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like either you gonna pay or you gonna pay some way. What he gonna do at that point? Because he can't fight. But he lucky they put him in a place where that's not gonna happen to him because that's a laid back place he's at. It's people with health issues where he's at. So he's lucky. So he lucky he in a good spot. Or they had mercy on him and put him in a really good spot. They had to because he really do have health issues. So they had to put him in a nice spot like that. But he's okay. He's gonna be in a nice spot. So he don't never have to worry about that, I don't think. And it's not like his paperwork is messed up. Like he did something to kids or something like that. So nobody got no reason to bother him. But he's gonna sit for a very long time on this mistake he made. And he might not make it out alive. Now, hopefully, Texas is better than New Jersey. New Jersey be sitting up there giving people expired medication. They be going to different senior citizen buildings asking people, do they have medication they're not using no more, so that they can go back and give it to the inmates. It's crazy, bro. You said I just gave a better defense statement than Carmelo's attorney did. That's not Carmelo's attorney. That's his spokesperson. That guy ain't no attorney. The one that said that Carmelo didn't get jumped. That's his spokesperson that said that, not his attorney. The only mistake, like I said, Austin made is he bluffed him. He thought Carmelo was bluffing. He called his bluff, but Carmelo wasn't bluffing. He really did have something in that bag because he thought when somebody grip up in the bag, you thinking gun. And like there ain't no way this dude got no gun. That's him. That's him. He should have backed up. But see, that guy felt punked too. Like his emotions was going, oh yeah, I'm not, because if he had backed off, then everybody would have thought he's a punk. So there was no way out. It was like fate that brought them together. It was fate. It was like it was bound for them to for this to crash course like this. You said you live in Bergen County. I think you right, Max, about them giving expired meds. They do. They do. They go to different senior citizen buildings. The police do. They do it every month, and they say, "Hey, if anybody has some expired medication, can you bring it down?" And this dude, he had a bag full of medication. I asked him. I said, "Are you doing that so that the elderly can't take this medication by accident? Is that something?" He said, "No, we bringing it to the inmates." I said, "It's expired though." He said, "No, but usually you could still take it. That's just the date that they don't want you to take because they want you to keep buying it because people usually have insurance." But he said we could still use it. Yep, that's what I found out. And you got to think the system is set up a certain way, man. It's like all economics. It's all economics. Like your economics decide what type of life you live, where you stay. It's all segregated still by economics. You have to do something out here to keep some type of hustle coming in, and that determines your quality of life. And also, what determines your quality of life is the decisions you make. You can't make crazy decisions. That's all. That's the game, guys. That's the game in a nutshell. And then the finances will come because you can always get lucky, and the finances will come. But once you make a bad decision taking somebody, you're a slave again. Now you become a slave. You become a slave in the system. You can have bad credit, but once you get a record, that's hard to get off. It's hard to get your record expunged unless you got a lot of money and know people. You can get your record expunged if you know how, but it's hard. But you can have bad credit. You can always fix that. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. You could come into some money. You can have a nice run. But once you get that record, it's hard for you out here. Especially if you go to jail, it's hard. Because now you're in there with other crazy individuals. Because I'm not saying, yeah, he is in a spot where they need medical treatment, but he also in there with somebody crazy too. And he never know if that person will turn on him. The game. That's why I know. That's why I be knowing certain things because I witnessed this in the past. Things are is in a cycle. Like once you witness something the first time, you know the signs the second time. You know the signs. So I know the signs. I know that he took the punk way out. And I know that he wished this never happened. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was crying. Because he know he messed up and he can't take it back. So that can happen to either one of us. That's why you know not to do something like that unless your life is really on the line. I be giving examples. Like I was in Virginia, I used to do a live chat where I give examples of self defense. Say if you in a convenience store, I was speaking for Virginia only, but let's say if you're in a convenience store, you're in the back of the convenience store, and you notice the convenience store is getting robbed by gunpoint, and you have a clear shot on the person, and you shoot the person, are you going to jail? The answer is no. But let's say if you don't have a clear shot on the person, because you always have to know what's in back of your target. Let's say if there's people out there and you shoot them and you hit somebody, you possibly could go to jail. You won't get first degree. You'll get reckless endangerment or firing disarm. This you'll get something like that that'll carry some jail time. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about these things. You got to think about these things sometime. Sometimes it's best not to use your gun if you know you can't get a clear shot off. It's best to hide at that point and hope that they gunman don't see you. But if you can get a clear shot off on him, like he's right within your crosshairs, then you can take him out and you're not going to go to jail. You'll be looked at as a hero. But let's say if the person is running out the store and now the person don't see you and you chase behind them and shoot them down. No, you're going to prison. You're definitely going to prison. If somebody break in your house and run out your house and you chase them and shoot them, you're going to jail. You're going to prison. Second degree murder. If somebody break in your house and they come after you still, and you tell them to get out, they still come after you, you can light them up. You won't go to jail. It'll suck that you have a body in your house, but you won't go to jail. So those are different scenarios. I know they told us when you're in a bar and they serving alcohol and you drinking alcohol, you get into a confrontation, shoot somebody, you going to jail because you weren't supposed to have the firearm in the bar. You're supposed to keep it out in your outside of your car. And now, if you retreat, the person coming after you, he got a weapon, and you're retreating. As long as you ain't had nothing to drink, you can get them. It's just certain technical stuff like that. So, but Carmelo thought it was self defense because the guy touched him. No, it's not self defense. Well, yeah, no, it is self defense if the guy touch you, touch him back. But he used lethal. He used lethal defense. Lethal defense wasn't necessary in this case. He should have used non lethal self defense. Yeah, and sexual assault. That's what's on the guidelines in Texas. It was it a sexual assault taking place? No. Yes, that's on the list, Shannon. Yeah, you can get your record expunged after a while. Sometimes it's all in who you know too. It's political to get it expunged quicker. Yeah, so but in this case, guys, unfortunately, his representative said that he didn't do it. That he didn't get jumped. And that's coming from his representative. So I know that's kind of messing people up, like, because people want to keep going with that narrative, but no. And then that didn't come out in court. And then I heard also, let's say if there's is a video out there and it didn't get added to the discovery, the attorneys can lose their license. And they're not going to try to lose their license over Carmelo Anthony. Come on. They're not doing that, yo. They're not even taking that risk. Not over this case. It's not worth it. So, or it depends on whatever they agreed upon, whatever both sides agreed upon. Okay, we'll play this first second of the video. We'll play this portion of the video. They can agree on that, but both sides have to agree on it, on what portions of the video they're gonna play. So that works too. But but it's both sides agreeing. So to say that there's another video out here, man, I likely think it's not. I don't think so. He did not get jumped, man. I don't know what this lady talking about. He fell on the knife. I don't know where the hell she came from. It's almost she came out of another dimension. Like she just showed up out of nowhere and said it. Like, come on, man. That's like Marion Barry when he was mayor of DC. He got caught with crack and got reelected. Okay, he got caught with crack live on TV, talking about he was set up. I was set up and went back and won re-election. I'm not praying for them. I'm not wasting my prayer on somebody ain't don't mean no damn good. See, I can't waste that. When I pray for thankful for today. I'm thankful for today. That's what I be praying for. I'm thankful for today. I'm not gonna sit up there and pray for waste my damn prayers because God said leave it alone. That's what the God will say to me, Sylvia. I'm just messing with you. Leave it alone, Max. Yeah, I can't. This ain't enough prayer for me to go around. Sylvia. It happens every 3 minutes. They coming up in here. I be praying the whole damn chat. These people crazy. Some, not everybody. I'm just messing with you. But yeah, like I said, these people, like I said, it's the facts here. The facts is the facts, and people they don't want to see this kid go away for the rest of his for 19, 20 years, but that's just what it is. No, this don't affect me because once I get off, I'm out back in the universe here. This don't affect me at all. What they say, I've been doing this a long time. I'm a veteran. This don't affect me at all. Yes, people are gonna come by. It could have been family members. That person could have been a family member. I don't know because I've had family members get at me before, so I'm used to this. Yeah, I had family members embarrassing, brother, you're doing too much. And okay, well then don't listen. Don't listen. If I'm doing too much, don't listen. So yeah, I've been through this before. I've had even defendants threaten me doing this stuff, and so yeah, that don't bother me. Don't bother me at all. This case is just a common sense case, man. He shouldn't have done it, and also it's mistakes on both sides. Them kids shouldn't have rushed. I mean, the kids shouldn't have rushed him, knowing that he got his hand in his bag. He could have had a gun. Like you always give people the benefit of the doubt if they reach in their bag. I remember I was sitting in the park one time, this guy talking to himself and stuff came up to me. He wanted to steal my phone. I bet you he did, because we had got a memo in the area that somebody was going around snatching pocketbooks. It's an African dude. And guess what? African dude came right up to me. But he was talking and stuff, but he also had like a little messenger pouch. So I'm kind of trying to decide if he got something in that pouch. 'Cause then I determined he didn't. I determined he didn't. He reached in his pouch and did. I almost hit the floor. He reached in his little pouch and took out lip gloss. When I said that, I said, I know I got to get out of here now. That's what girls do. They reach in their purse and take out lip gloss when they talking to you. I felt violated. He talking to me putting on lip gloss. So I know it sounds like I'm being petty, but I felt violated. I was like, wow, they don't leave nothing for girls no more. They don't. He had like like how the messenger bags look. He had a messenger bag, but it wasn't it was real tiny. But it was a strap. It goes around like that. He was wearing it like a messenger bag, but it's like it looked like something women would just put money in or some lipstick. Max, you described manslaughter, not murder one. I can agree to that. DS. I can agree to that. Yeah, this is a manslaughter case, but murder one stuck to the jury. But yeah, I agree with you on that. Yep. I think if the jury chose manslaughter, they would still give him a lot of time because carries a maximum of 20 years. So the jury still could have gave him 17. They still could have done it. I mean, that's not as bad because he still would have been out in possibly like 7. But yeah, I agree with you. It could have this whole case because it happened at like so fast. And but then again, you know what's also stuck with the jury? They probably said this in court. I'm pretty sure they did for premeditated. I mean, murder one. It don't have to be but a few seconds of thought. But they believe that no, that wasn't it. The parameters were: do you believe that he was the aggressor? If you believe that he was the aggressor, it's murder one. So the jury believed that he was the aggressor because people testified and said that he was talking trash when he got into the tent. You know, baiting people on at this point. Man, y'all trash. He said they trash. The team trash. So why are you under the tent then if they trash? Go somewhere else, troublemaker. Go somewhere else. He was being a troublemaker. You know why you gonna say they trash? And then they got at him like, "Yo, get out of here." And then he said, You come closer and see what happened. Come close, touch me, see what happened." And they did it. Here we are. No, I don't think so, Shin. I think the kids should serve the time on their own. They need to learn. If you want to be out here cosplaying as an adult, well, then you're gonna do the adult time. No, they have to do the time, not the parents. Because his parents did all they can to give him a good life. They bought him a car, they did all they can for him, put him in a nice upper class suburb. No, he need to do the time, not them. They need to go somewhere and take a vacation. That's what I said. They need to go on vacation with the rest of that money and let him go get a public defender. If more and more of this stuff like happen with this kind of justice, man, maybe it'll deter kids to not do something like that. But I don't know. I think it's too far gone. But anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I will catch you guys later. There's always something going on, and be back in a couple of hours.